Ancha kalpataruvescha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. I seek your blessing so that I can add some value to this hour. Also seek the blessing of His Grace Madhupati Prabhu for engaging me in this seva so that I can do some Shastra study which increases my desire for devotional service. We are reading this wonderful pastime of Dhruva Maharaj. And in this particular verse, Narad Muni has just come and is trying to preach some sense to Dhruva Maharaj. Now, this whole episode started with Dhruva Maharaj trying to climb along with his stepbrother Uttam on the lap of his father Uttanpad. And his stepmother, Dhruva Maharaj's stepmother, was standing by and she stopped him and said that if you at all want to climb and play on your father's lap, you have to pray to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if he will please, if he will become happy with your devotion, then he will give you a next birth from my womb, and then only you will be able to play on your father's lap. These are very harsh words for a just mere 5-year-old boy. And him, Dhruva Maharaj being Kshatriya, he started huffing and puffing. In fact, here in Bhagavatam, it is described that his situation was just like the situation of a snake who is hit by a stick and is, really in agony and will bite anyone around him or her. So, in that situation, Dhruva Maharaj goes to his mother, Suniti. And by that time, the other helpers who were working around where this episode was happening, they went and told they debriefed Mother Suniti that this is what has happened. Your son was not allowed to play on his father's lap, and your wife Suruchi said so many things. Listening to this, Mata Suniti also became very unhappy, but then she said that whatever your stepmother said is correct, and you have to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So, as if Dhruva Maharaj asking that, has anyone else become successful by following this path? No? So, she gives the examples, 2 examples of, she says, you don't have to go too far. Your grandfather, Swayambhu Manu, he got all these riches. He is the, king of this uh, material planet, or the king of this world. So he has become so wealthy because he received the mercy of the Supreme Personality of God. And if you go one step, further down, your great grandfather, Lord Brahma, when he appeared, there was nothing around him. So he literally just worshipped Supreme Personality of Godhead, and out of thin air, he created this entire universe. So, yes, there are these examples of it. Uh, then Dhruva Maharaj is saying that, okay, so they got all these great fortunes and then these riches by worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then why go indirectly to the this to get these opulences? Why not directly worship the goddess of fortune? You know, uh, instead of going to first worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then uh, if he becomes happy, then he will grant this. But then there is also 50-50, uh, that 50-50, because if he is happy, he may give you opulence, but if he is happy, he may also give you daridrata, he may also give you all these miseries. As if, Dhruva Maharaj probably has, already studied, even though he was 5 year old. He has already studied Bhagavatam, and then he knew this in the 10th canto, where Parikshit Maharaj is also asking similar question, that uh, Parikshit Maharaj is asking that Devasur Manusheshu ye bhajantya Shivam Shivam prayaste dhanino bhoja na tu lakshma patim harim. He's saying that, he's asking to Sukadeva Goswami that I have seen that demigods and you know asuras or human beings, whoever worships Lord Shiva, I have seen they get boons very easily. Um, but I have seen that those who are worshipping the Lakshmi Pati Hari, they are generally not so wealthy, or that's the 50-50 chance that Supreme Lord becomes happy, then he may start giving you miseries and then troubles, where you because of that, all your near and dear ones will leave you, and then you can focus more on Supreme Lord. Then uh, there is this story of Brikasur, in that 10th canto, uh, towards the end, 80th chapter or something, where Vrikasur asks Narad Muni that, I want to become very powerful, but I don't want to waste a lot of time. So tell me, which who is the easiest to please with and then can fulfill my desires? So Narad Muni says, I will not lie to you, even though I am devotee of Lord Sri Hari, but Lord Shiva is the easiest to uh, please. His name is Ashutosh. He becomes very easily happy. So uh, Vikasu says, okay, where do I find him? He says, you can go to Kedarnath, in the Himalayas. Rikasur goes there, he starts a fire, and then starts offering his own flesh. He takes a knife, and then one at a time he starts cutting his own flesh, um, and then offering into the fire to please Lord Shiva. So some time goes by and then Lord Shiva hasn't appeared, so he becomes frustrated because so he says, I'm going to chop off my own head and then offer it. I'm going to commit suicide. There's no point continue living this life of not devoid of power and opulence. I really want power, or I don't want this life. So he immediately picks up the knife, and as he was about to chop his head off, Lord Shiva appears on the scene with Mother Parvati. So when Vrikasur sees Mata Parvati, he becomes attracted to her. He says, wouldn't it be nice if she becomes my wife? I want to have her. So thinking that, he asked Lord Shiva that, okay, give me the boon that on whoever head I keep my hand, that person dies. Lord Shiva says, okay, eomastu, you know, so be it. So now Vrikasu says, okay, I'm going to test it on your head only. That was his whole plan all the while, that he wanted. His eye was on evil eye was on Mother Parvati. So he starts chasing Lord Shiva. Now Lord Shiva is running, and then from one place to another, and then he reaches Sveteswara Dweep, and there Supreme Lord is stays. So he saw. So he comes in a nice, young, sweet brahmachari boy form, and tells uh, that, oh dear Vrikasur, where are you going? So while running only, this Radha Govind Maharaj describes this pastime very beautifully. So he's saying that, describes that Vrikasur doesn't stop to answer, Supreme Lord in the form of a brahmachari, as if Lord Shiva will run further off. So while running only, he says that, um, oh, Lord Shiva has given me this boon of um on whoever's head I put my hand, that person will die. So I'm going to test it on his head, his head only first. So Supreme Lord says, "Oh, what are you? Who are you? Listening to?" Uh, After Prajapati Daksh cursed him, he is talking like this. He has become bewildered. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Um, do you think he can give you boon like that? He himself is not so opulent. You see, he doesn't have a place to live, nice clothes to wear, no opulence. These are all things Prajapati Daksh told him. So since then, he has just become bewildered, and he keeps on giving these boons to anyone and everyone, but he doesn't have this power. So why don't you test it on your head only? Nothing will happen. He just said just like that. So given that Vrikasur, puts his hand on his head, and then poof, dies there. So uh, so Mother Suniti is explaining that, well, if you approach Supreme Personality of Godhead indirectly, or you approach any of the demigods, yes, they may get pleased, but there's this one thing which you get from worshipping Supreme Lord is, you, you get sumati. Not only you get these powers, uh, like your or opulences, like your great grandfather in your grandfather have received, but you don't get this durmati, which may come if you go and worship other demigods. So that's why you should uh, go and worship Supreme Lord. Also, if you go after the if you go after worshipping goddess of fortune, she herself is engaged in the worship of supreme personality of Godhead. No, haven't you seen this picture where she is sitting on his lotus feet and then pressing the lotus feet of Supreme Lord? Lakshmi Sahastra Sat Shambhrama Sevyamanam. No? She Thousands of Lakshmis are engaged. So that's why you should go and then worship the God, Supreme Personality of God. So, seeing all this, Dhruv Maharaj is convinced and he says, okay, I will go to worship Supreme Lord. When he starts going, then that's when Narad Muni comes. Now, Narad Muni wants to help uh, whoever is engaged in the worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead. But uh, he doesn't want to give it easily. So he comes first, and then Prabhupada explains that, um, well, Narad Muni is already knew about all the discussion which happened. How did that happen? Because Narad Muni is Trikaladarshi. How is he Trikaladarshi? Because he is the devotee of Supreme Lord. So sometimes sometime when Lord pleases, these devotees, his devotees develop similar qualities as Supreme Lord, like Trikaladarshi. You know. They can know the past, present, and the future. Um, they can also know somebody's heart. So, given that, Narad Muni first tries to, tell Dhruva Maharaj, first tries to test him, and in the process of testing, he's discouraging. So he first says that you're just a young little boy. Why don't you focus on candy and sports? Why, go after all this big, opulent kingdom which you want, bigger than your great grandfather's kingdom? Um, and Narad Muni says this. Dhruva Maharaj apparently doesn't buy to that point. He is not ready to listen. So Narad Muni then says, okay, if you really want to be the devotee of the Lord, then be satisfied in all the circumstances. Remember that whole Bhagavad Gita Gyan. Um, Arjun wanted just the kingdom of this planet Earth. You are asking for a kingdom which is bigger than your great grandfathers, Lord Brahma's. So, for a mere small planet, um, this Krishna stood Arjuna in this hot sun of Kurukshetra battle, and then gave him a long lecture on Bhagavad Gita, and then he's chastising, he's saying Kutastva kasmalamidam vishame samupastitam, and then he's saying anare justam, all these things you're thinking about is not good for a civilized person. Also, uh, this he will start this whole story with that you're the soul, not the body, so why to ask for something material? So don't go, no, stay away from worshipping Supreme Lord. So as if Dhruva Maharaj saying, no, I want to continue. Then he said, okay, if you want to continue, then this process is very difficult. There is no guarantee of the success. Your own great grandfather in Brahma Samhita has written that, Pantastu koti satvatsara sampragmyo. There are um, this path is so difficult, and then koti vatsara, for thousands and hundreds of thousands of years, Manaso Muni Pangavanam, Vayo Rathapi Manaso Muni Pangavanam. Either they are performing these breathing exercises, or they are performing this meditation, Muni Pangavanam, the great of the Munis. And then, So Api Asti. what do they get? Yet prapad sin me, the tip of the toe of what? Avichinta tattve. This unconceivable truth, this inconceivable truth, of that they just get the tip of the toe. You know, so don't go after this. This process is very difficult. And then, as if Dhruva Maharaj is saying, no, no, I really want to do that. So then Narad Muni in he's saying in today's verse that it's again you remember this gyan of matra sparshas to Kaunteya from Bhagavad Gita. That's similar to this, that one should try to keep himself satisfied in any condition of life. If you at all want to be a devotee is happy in whatever situation one is in, because uh, there are three types of work one can do. There is a akarma, vikarma, and karma. It's explained in Bhagavad Gita. What is vikarma? Vikarma is impious activities, troubling somebody, causing pain, disturbance in this world. And because of that, one has to take birth to suffer the consequences of it because it's binding in nature. Similarly, karma is the pious activities. Somebody, helping someone in the need, opening up hospitals, dharamshala, places to stay, performing some kind of karma kanda, you know. So those are again pious activities, but those are also binding in nature. And then you have to take birth to enjoy the happiness which is caused by that. And both of them are um, binding in nature, and then pushes you through this four miseries of the world, which is birth, old age, disease, and death. All four are very painful. So that's why whenever here Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that whenever somebody is either uh, getting some kind of happiness or is getting some kind of distress, should be very happy in that situation, that oh, I'm burning my pious and impious activities. And then the akarma is the devotional service. Anything which is any time, any effort which is engaged or used in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What Prahlad Maharaj has explained, the Navadha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pad Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Any of those nine types of activities where Krishna is in the center, Supreme Personality of Godhead is in the center, is um, is non-binding. Uh, so, given all this, Dhruva Maharaj, after all these tests, we'll see that uh, Narad Muni is very satisfied that this boy really wants to have the wants to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead and has his favor. So then he will further will read later on that he will give him the whole process of uh, how to achieve Supreme Personality of God. So with that, a minute left. I would like to stop here and see if anyone have any comments, corrections, points to raise. Otherwise, over to Madhupati Prabhu. Uh, I don't see Madhupati Prabhu in the call. If we can end the session here. Thank you all for joining. We can do Vaishnav Pranam Mantra and Narasimha Mantra. You all have a wonderful rest of the day after that. Vancha Kalpataru
नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
श्री नरसिम्हा जय नरसिम्हा
जय
जय जय
जय जय नरसिंह
प्रहलादेश
जय पद्ममुख पद्म पद्मम्
उग्रं
उग्रं
वीरं
वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं
ज्वलन्तं
सर्वतोमुखं
नरसिंहं भीषणं
मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। नरसिंह भगवान की जय। प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
जय।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू अखिलेश कृष्ण प्रभु जी। थैंक यू। हरे
हरे
कृष्ण।